Yeah, it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult. I think one of the most important things, trying not to use technical terms, is I think patience is really, really important. I think, people have got to feel respected, and I think if you're very, very challenging very, very quickly, that can push people away, and that's not what we're about. But we're also about having honest conversations. So it's difficult, and you have to go with your gut instincts and your training and how you work with that. But my thinking is, if you've knocked on our door, you're asking for help, there's already a level of motivation. You're already motivated to make changes in your life. And I would say our services, the only product we sell is the idea that change is possible. That's it. That's what we do, and then we do it in loads of different ways. But sometimes people see what changes are for them, maybe not in line with the changes we think. But the reality is we are client driven, so whatever you feel is your issues and your problems, we're going to support you in that. But there's going to be some honest conversations. You may say today that your toe is really important, and I'm going to say, well, actually, I think it's your ear. I think you need to sort of look at your ear first, and we're going to have them conversations. But the reality is, bottom line, we can only do stuff with your consent. I can't make you do anything. I can't make you see anything. I don't want to. All I would do is we are trained in certain ways to show you all the evidence, show you all the advice, all the options, and then allow you to make a choice. And one of the ways, I suppose I could give you an example, back in the day when I was working in a criminal justice agency, we would work with people who had been arrested and had tested positive for crack or heroin, and then they would have to come for an assessment. So it would be a legal responsibility for them to turn up or they get briefed. So you can imagine people are quite resistant. They turn up every day quite resistant. So had one person come through the door, had been arrested for possession of cocaine, tested positive for cocaine, and come in and I said, okay, how you doing? I'm all right, I haven't got a problem with drugs. I said, that's cool. But I would say that if you're here today, you've been arrested, there's a problem. Do you know what I mean? You've been arrested for cocaine. No, I haven't got any problem with cocaine. Okay, fair enough. Are there any other problems in your life? Any other issues you want to look at? Yeah, actually, I really struggle around money and budgeting and that type of thing. So I went, okay, let's do a bit of work around that. You've got to be here for an hour, so we might as well do something. So as we go through this conversation about his income and his expenditure, there's a massive gap about money, where there's a big chunk of money, because he was a really, really high earner. And when we got down to it, he was spending massive amount on cocaine. So I said, well, obviously, you're saying cocaine ain't a problem, but financially it is. Do you know what I mean? And so mapping out that inconsistency and then putting it back to the person can sometimes really work. Sometimes it doesn't. We're not magicians, but the reality is being respectful, being a good communicator, being honest. I think it's really important to be open and honest about that, but still leaving people with their dignity, not trying to enforce my thoughts or views on someone, but just mapping out exactly what they've really told you. All you're doing is putting that back maybe in different words. But I think the most important thing is to acknowledge that people are coming to us, they're already motivated. And they may not be as motivated as we like. They're not coming through the door, hey, this is fantastic, can't wait to get in here. They may be coming, and they're not really happy about that. They may be feeling, some guilt or some shame or some real fear and anxiety. And acknowledging that and thinking that that may be the resistance. That the resistance is, it's not that they don't want help or they don't want you to help them, but that they just got some stuff going on that they need to work through. So that patience may be important, to stay with this person for a while and stay with that resistance, or the word we use is ambivalence, conflicting emotions, and build up a trusting relationship. And I think that's where that resistance can change, when people start to trust and believe that this is confidential, that you do genuinely care about me, you are concerned about my future and what's going to happen. All that together, but in different ways for different people, like tailoring your intervention to individuals rather than the complete population. That's how I go about it.